course we couldn't just do the thing, get the info. We have to do a quest first. Talismonger. I'm guessing that's a seller of talismans. Talismonger. Who are you? Zach Flash. That's a name for a guy. Simi. Who are you? Warming herself in the dim light of a dying street lamp is a waif of a girl who looks too worn for her years. The Mother Superior, she says there will be 7 for me to care for. I need to see to them. So I wasn't aware of any convent or church nearby. She's there when I close my eyes, and I'm Maria. No, you're Simi. I can read. She says to be governess. I'm to be governess to the children. You notice a chipjack poking out between the young woman's unruly hair. The vacant look in her eyes marks her as a likely BTL junkie, lost between reality and any number of better-than-life virtual constructs. I need money to get back to them. I'm gonna step away now. Yes, good. I need to rejoin the children. So she's addicted to the Matrix, basically. The phone's ringing. Hello? A monotone, pitch-adjusted voice began speaking almost immediately. The Shockwellen writer's contact for this Kias is no more. Analog is listed as a follow-up contact. This is our only secure line to this Kias. Please listen to the following instructions carefully if you are a supporter of our cause. I don't know what your cause is. Who are the Shockwellen writer? Shockwellen writer is a fighting for the freedom and liberty of information in Berlin. Okay. The F state manages many things, but information remains controlled. Corporations keep any information they can under lock and key, silencing dissent, silencing indiscretion, silencing the truth. Our goal is to liberate this information so that any who wish to may access it, and so that the F state can regulate itself based on truth. We are simply as a collective of like-minded individuals working towards this cause. Okay, tell me more. We have phone booths in strategic locations throughout the city. Within each one you may find a request posted for specific information. If you can obtain a copy of this information, return here and submit it via the port below the receiver. We will verify the authenticity of the information remotely and post an undoctored copy of it to the Matrix ourselves. It is our stated goal for this information to remain free to all. However, you will be compensated for sought-after information returned to this location. I'll keep an eye out. Hello, statue. What's your deal? Bizarre monument towers over you. At the top of the pedestal, the form of an angel stands, its outstretched wings looming over the small park. But the material is strange and uneven, giving the statue a cold Frankenstein-esque appearance. It appears that the artist has welded this monument together from various metal scraps and pieces of junk. As you approach, a small, grimy monitor at the base of the statue flickers dimly to life. The grainy face of a smug young orc appears on screen. Hello there, I'm Herbert Kunzel, the creator of this monument. What would you like to know? Statue name. This is my tribute to victory, the victory of anarchy. It is both a citation and parody of the statue we destroyed some 20 years ago. You may remember it from the history trids as the Sig Sauer or Goldalse installation history. Isn't it obvious? The Sig Sauer, a monument to the hubris of the Prussian state, gets blown to bits. So someone takes lots of bits and builds a monument to the hubris of anarchy. I mean, what more is there to say? Okay, tell me about the artist. I am the visionary Herbert Kunzel from the Lindwormer. You might know me from... Okay, there isn't much I'm known for yet, but I intend to change that. All Lord is born from misery after all. Wow, you're a positive guy. I don't necessarily disagree with that, but what a uplifting viewpoint. Alright, that's all of them, right? As you are resetting the data tap, you notice that someone has duct taped a small homemade receiver to the system, and earplug dingles from the receiver. Let's take a listen. The sound of heavy machinery makes it difficult to hear the words that are being spoken. After a moment, you find you can make out two distinct voices, a nasal woman who speaks like a heavy smoker, and a man who speaks in a high-pitched, breathy tone. Just heard, Monica, something need to verify. Good for us. Continue listening. A sound like a conveyor belt starting adds to the noise of machinery, and you can't make out anything else until it comes to a stop a minute later. Think our next step. Wait. Isn't ready to make a move yet. To be patient. See who steps up. Could be someone more. Continue listening. More conveyor belts. All you can hear is the sound of machinery. Some sort of motorized vehicle starts up, drowning out everything else. A bell rings loudly again and again. Sounds like a telephone. You hear the sound of a door slamming shut, and the noise of machinery is suddenly muffled. There's a rattle of plastic, and the ringing stops. The nasal woman's voice can be heard again in a sing-song tone. Guten Tag, how may I help you? Her tone changes, becomes more businesslike. I heard. Silence. Yes, he knows. I told him it wasn't time to make a move yet. Silence. What do you think I am, an idiot? The council needs to meet again. Silence. I know. Getting everyone in the same room is challenging. Getting them to agree on a course of action is going to be even more challenging. From my perspective, the Kreutz Bazaar was the only stable because of her. If she really is out of the way, well, we'll see, won't we? Silence. Yeah, I know. What can I say? Things go slow in the flux sometimes. You hear the sound of a door opening again, and the cacophony of machinery fills the line. You can't make out anything more. So, that sounds like our enemies, perhaps. This elf has clearly seen better days. His skin is weathered and emaciated, as though it has been stretched too tightly over his frame. Track marks line the crooks of his arms, and dirty bandages wrap his knuckles. Wonderful! Despite all this, he seems cheerful enough. The elf fixes his twinkling, bugged-out eyes on yours and offers you a broad smile, displaying a set of impossibly white teeth. When he speaks to you, his voice is surprisingly deep. Guten Tag, mein Freund. You here for some magic? Because Zack Flash, he gestures at himself with a dramatic flourish, is your magic man. No. No thanks. Zack shrugs, then slowly raises his right hand and waggles his fingers. Toodles. What I need is a store that sells, like, health kits and maybe some armor and stuff like that. What about you? Do you sell that stuff? The Romani Patriarch is an impressive figure, an enormous man in his late 60s, burly and broad-chested despite his age. His voice is deep and resonant, and his breath is heavy with the stench of pipe tobacco. Tavin Backstale, elf. You're here to conduct some business? If so, I welcome you to Metbeck Arms and Ammunition. Great. If not, keep right on walking. Tell me about your inventory. We have weapons from all across Europe. Ares, Seska, Fashadi, you name it. If it can be found on the continent, it can be acquired by Metbeck Arms. Now let's just do some business. Alright. And I guess I'm focusing on SMGs. Some of these require data jacks and smart links. Can't I just look at its stats? Or does it say everything? Kevlar is woven into the fabric, providing protection from most small arms, plus 5 HP. That's nice. And you got a bunch of grenades and stuff. So SMG. What do I have now? Oh, right here, Beretta. Damage 5, range medium. Oh, that must be bullet capacity. 30. So 5 M30. Looking for something better than that. Here's 6, but 24. And that's the selection. Though, I haven't put any points into any other let's see. Yeah, I haven't put any points into any weapons, so I could go into rifle or pistol. I don't want to do shotgun because you have to get right up close, and that's not the best idea always. Okay, damage 5. Is that 5 like per hit? A taser, that's weird. Browning max power. And that looks to be better in every way. Or at least the same. What's the difference between these two Uzis? This one has a smart link. What's the point of that? I have no idea. But it's worth 200 new yen more. Probably gives better aim or something. I don't remember. Well, I'm going to buy this, and then I don't have enough for both. Oh, by 50? Seriously? How much armor do I have now? One. Okay. I was gonna say I would sell this, but maybe I'll keep it and do a comparison between the two weapons. Just need another 65 or 55 monies. Maybe that guy'll reward me for setting those things up. This is not the coffee shop, not the cafe. There we go. I finished the little trifle. Ah, very good. I assume you had no difficulties? One of them had a surveillance device. Thefts. Of course they were. I would be surprised if they weren't. This is Berlin, after all. In the flux, everyone spies. If you do not spy, how will you know? Will you know who is in power and who will be in power next? If you are to stay here, Effendim, I guess that's like elf. You must get used to it. Who enters the Turkish bath will sweat, as my uncle Tidemir always says. Nevertheless, I shall have one of my people look into it. I heard something important, though. He eyes you closely, amused. Oh, tell me, O listener at keyholes, what did you hear on this surveillance tap you found? Not a whole lot. The Turk's face falls. News travels fast in Berlin. These two are known to me. Is there more? Yeah, there was. He nods grimly. Most excellent. It is indeed fortuitous that you discovered this information, though it is not unexpected. I will have one of my people attend this council meeting and report back. Let me know more. I'm very interested. With that out of the way, let us return to your pressing business. He barks a stream of rapid-fire Turkish, and the gum-chewing young woman comes hurrying out to the counter. The menu for Herr Amsel, uncle. Kami hands you a folded piece of paper. Inside is a memory stick. Please extend my consolations to him. The death of Fraulein Schaffer must have hit him hard. Barak Ghazi gives Kami a small nod and she hurries out of the room. When she's gone, he returns his attention to you. Please express my condolences as well. I only just heard of the news. Monica was an important part of this community. He frowns. Few know how important. The memory stick Kami just handed you should contain all the information Herr Amsel requires from our chef in the field. Chef in the field. Oh, it's a metaphor. I'm an idiot. Should you require my services in the future, you know where to find me. Until then, good day. Okay. I wish I had more money, though. I'm wondering about maybe I should just spend my karma now on generic gun and worry about picking something else up later. Actually, what's my current objective? Just go back? Yeah. Okay. So whatever's on this memory stick is probably going to be pretty important. More plot dump. Analog. Amsel peers at you apprehensively. His eyes are bloodshot and his expression grim. Did you get the information about Green Winters? Yes, he gave me this memory stick. Let us see what his agent has to say. Amsel snatches the memory stick from your hand and sticks it into this computer terminal. He navigates a series of command line menus and a wall of amber text floods the screen. Amsel scans it, mouthing the words as his eyes flit back and forth. Burak Ghazi's agent tailed Green Winters to a hotel in a cesspool of Akias called Drogenkippa. The hotel is called Das Kesselhaus. It is a renovated factory nestled deep in the heart of Drogenkippa. It appears that Winters is holed up there. Recently there was some contention between two gangs over control of this neighborhood. Due to the gang violence, the agent refused to follow Winters inside of the hotel, but he confirms that he is still inside. Well, what are we waiting for? Iger slings her rifle over her shoulder with a single spare motion. Gear up, people. We have a hotel to raid. Gloria and Dietrich pause, exchange looks with Paul. Just a moment, Iger. Amsel raises from his chair. Wow. Drawing himself to full height. Even so, he has to crane his neck to look her in the eye. You are an excellent soldier, and nobody questions your competence in the field. Your loyalty to this team is equally commendable. That said, we believe that Analog is the right choice to lead the team. What? Don't mistake this decision for a reprimand. Monica considered your contributions to this team to be invaluable, but we all know that she wasn't comfortable putting a soldier in charge. Iger speaks through her clenched teeth. Her words are measured, but her expression is livid. This is unbelievable. You want to put the rookie in charge. Again. She shakes her head. Don't you people learn from your mistakes? Analog is the reason we're still alive, Iger. He kept us together. He led us out of there in one complete piece. Making him your golden boy. She sounds tired, resigned, but above all disappointed. This is more of your flux state idiocy at work, isn't it? Dietrich reaches out, puts his hand on her shoulder. It's what Monica believed in. Iger's voice tightens. For a moment, her control slips, and her face contorts in grief. Yeah, and look where that got her. She straightens to her full height. Let me give you a piece of advice. In the field, only two things matter. Mission and survival. Everything else is a distraction. Your ridiculous politics have no place on a Shadowrun. Dietrich manages to smile. What can I say? We're German. We have a history of strong political views. Oh boy, do they. Iger sighs. The tone of resignation returns to her voice. Screw it. Let's put an end to this. I've got the skill and experience to lead this team. Analog, on the other hand, was pointed by Monica as a joke. I mean, that's true, but still, it was almost her dying wish. It was like her joke dying wish, but still. If you'd rather he take the lead, I'll abide by that. But I want to hear each of you say that. This is a waste of time. I also don't have a quarrel with Iger. And the group has spoken, but she doesn't care. But I have no quarrel with you. I'll do what the group wants. You stay out of this. Wow. The moment she raises her hand to you, Dante's ears lay back and he lets out a low growl. Reflexively, she takes a half step back. Yeah, you do. I think we've heard what Dante has to say. As for my part, Analog saved our lives back there. You may not believe it, but he did. The way I see it, that means I follow his lead a little while longer. Glory's voice is uncharacteristically gentle. I trusted Monica's judgment. Therefore, I trusted Analog's judgment. The discussion is finished, Iger. Amsel speaks softly, but his tone is firm. Analog will take Monica's place as the leader of this team. We're in way over our heads. And I will take Iger's advice. No, I'm not gonna make her the errand boy. I'll do whatever it takes to keep this team and Monica's legacy alive. That includes taking Iger's advice. Iger gives you a small nod. That's big of you. She looks from Dietrich to Glory to Amsel, finally down at Dante. Then she sighs. I don't agree with this decision, but I will respect it. That's big of her too, I guess. She nods again, more decisively this time. Analog takes the lead then. Conversation closed. Well, yeah, finally. Conversation was closed a long time ago. You just brought it back up again. It's time to move on. We need to focus on chasing down Green Winters. Indeed, I have transferred the information that we received from L2 to the computer terminal in the next room. It used to be Monica's personal workstation, Analog. Now it is yours. Monica kept a variety of notes and dossiers on that machine. I would suggest reviewing her notes when you have the time. Okay. Ansel turns his attention away from you and back to the computer screen. Good hunting. I will eagerly wait your return. I wouldn't suggest driving to Dragonfall. The roads aren't safe. Taking the U-Bahn would be faster anyway. I'll ask for your opinion. No. Thanks for the tip. We'll take public transportation. What a bunch of losers. Like, they, instead of showing up in this cool, like, APC, they all, just, like, take the subway carrying all their guns and stuff. That's funny. Iger nods, then turns to check her equipment so she can take it on the subway. The rest of the group disperses in turn. You now command a team of Shadowrunners. When traveling to new mission locations, you'll be able to choose which members of your team to bring and modify their loadout for the run. When members of your team become permanently incapacitated on a mission, they'll be automatically extracted for emergency medical care, so they don't permanently die, I guess. They'll be patched up and ready for action the next time you return to your safe house. Avoid this loss of firepower by always carrying some Bumona trauma kits into the field. These can be purchased at the Street Doc's office in the Kreutz Bazaar. Street Doc.